I think art is a lifestyle. I do think that we are surrounded by art. Art is not just a painting, right? It's just different kind of expressions. I think it's a way of communication. I think it's a way of manifestation, different kind of emotions and political situations, social movements. I think art is a part of life. This idea came to the light because many years ago I proposed to my friend Sean McKeon, who was an art director from Cirque du Soleil, to make something together, to work together, to mix his world and my world, contemporary art, which is mine, and a circus world, which was his world. So that's the way we decided to make a proposition, a project, and to present to the city of Esch, to La Nuit de la Culture, in order to work together with international acrobats, international artists, directors, with local community.
On s'est dit que c'était incroyable en fait comme aventure de monter un projet avec des talents et des artistes aussi prestigieux qui viennent du monde entier, parce que c'est ce qui fait qu'on évolue, qu'on grandit et que le spectacle devient le spectacle de la ville d'Esch et pas d'une autre ville. La première était de raconter la ville, de la capitale de fer vers cette ville de la nature. Et aujourd'hui, c'est une ville qui a évolué, c'est une ville qui prend son essor, son envol. Et je crois qu'il n'y a pas meilleure façon que de le raconter par l'artistique et par les artistes.
The show, which is called Evol, is exactly what it sounds like. It's an evolution of the previous show that was done as part of Nuit de la Culture here in Esch in 2022. And it expands upon the idea of the celebration of Esch as a city, of capital of culture. And in this show in particular, we follow a single man who is called the Dreamer.
I'm the red thread through the show, and I try to make the people laugh. The character was written by the director, Crystal. She put the frame of the character and then I fill it with my sort of humor and movement. It's a dreamer and he is dreaming of becoming an artist, and he's on the search for what is art in general, what is it?
And we follow his story as he discovers who he might be as an artist, and also he finds love along the way. We have an incredible group of 20 dancers who are local to Luxembourg, and they fill out the stage as we tell these stories. And all of the acrobatic arts that we have on stage are all in service to the story that we're telling. It's an incredible opportunity because we have the stage, which is around it is framed with a factory, abandoned large factory, which is a staple here in Esch, which really puts us into an interesting environment where we can do projection mapping on the actual building, and also we have LED screens on the stage where we can tell a visual story as well as one with music and dance.
What makes this show different to others because of this combination of art and circus is because you rarely see in the world that these two forms come together. When you think about circus, I mean, you think about, of course, clowns, you think about animals, you know, colorful costumes, elaborate. And with art, it's very specific, it's very subjective, it's very unique. So you have to bridge that gap, you know, you have to find a way that you're speaking to both audiences without leaning to one side too much.
I feel completely blessed and honored to have this director with us. Crystal managed, and also the collaboration of Mukhtar as our creation guide, because I think they are just amazing directors. And I think the whole team is appreciating to have this kind of big heads in front of this project.
I was very close friends with Sean McCune, who created the previous REESCH project. With his passing, it was a very difficult time, and difficult for me to accept his passing. And then I was contacted by Violetta Frank to perhaps take on this project that he had already started. And so I took Sean's the summary of what he wanted to create, and I fleshed it out more, did some more writing with it, added the main character of the dreamer, and with every step I have tried to execute what Sean's original vision was for this show.
Every show is an extension of the creator's personality or the creator's characteristics, you know, and Sean has a very special, unique characteristic about himself: kind, loving, nurturing. Sean is funny, you know, so we wanted to make sure that we kept this essence about his personality and tried to keep it in the show, the ideas he had for the show, and hopefully make him proud.
Estoy en este proyecto gracias a Sean y recuerdo su llamada cuando me contó del proyecto, cómo era todo esto. Vi claro que tenía mucho que ver conmigo. Este show está sirviéndome de crecimiento. Es un reto para mí muy grande porque vocalmente las canciones están en un registro que no he utilizado mucho como cantante. Y es la primera vez que trabajo, te diría que con el circo, ¿no? Cantando canciones que no tienen una letra específica y teniendo que transmitir tanto.
My name is Emir.
My name is Clea.
And I'm Brittany. We are the Serial Trio, and Clay and I do duo tissues.
What about me? I do breakdance too. Why don't you mention
And
that?
Amir does breakdance.
You try it?
That was our first time together, but creating an act together was here surprisingly easy, and it was really nice process with the acrobatic choreographer Masha. So that was really fun and great experience for me.
We had to find a way to create like 2 acts in 10 days, and also the stage wasn't always available, and we had only the small studios over there for a 3-seat wheel, so it was also finding a way to be productive, be safe, and yeah, it was a nice challenge, but we enjoyed.
My name is Mandy Orozco, and I am playing a plastic character called Bendy in the show. I think one of the biggest challenges with this show specifically is doing it outside. In the show, I do plastic tissue. What I'm hanging on in the air really is plastic, and so there's other variables that play into it that you don't have for an indoor show. So if you have humidity in the air, the plastic becomes slippery. If you have rain, the plastic becomes wet and it's slippery. Wind is also actually another variable because the plastic is so light that it can really flow off to the side. So there's a lot of extra elements to deal with an outdoor show that you don't necessarily have when you're doing a show in a theater or in an arena.
There are lots of challenges when producing a show in the outdoors. But for this show in particular, we have concerns about rain. But we're ready to go ahead anyway, and we know that we're going to be able to perform the show for the city of Esch. I think that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a lot of people to see a show like this, especially it's for free. It's part of the first ever Biennale in Luxembourg. I think that live performance is the ultimate expression of human experience, and there's nothing else like live performance.
I'm Carola Serrano. I'm a circus artist. I'm doing dance trapeze in the show. I'm the seer. I think this show for me is a great opportunity because I didn't do an event like this before. I think it's an amazing opportunity for me. I never performed in a huge show like this with such a good directors in production. So I'm really excited.
My name is Flora and I perform an aerial rings duo known as Duo Ring together with my husband Nico.
Being part of this show really is a challenge for us because it's something really new. We are like in the outdoor.
There are some variables that we don't expect before and hopefully it will be cool. Of course, in all the shows, the rehearsals are really long days and nights, working together, a lot of people working for this show. So it's intense, but it's really nice intense.
It's kind of a personal challenge to be in a new stage. We have a high expectations because they told us that this show can host around 10,000, and it's really incredible to perform in front of so many people because you see the faces and it's incredible. It looks like a big wave of people and I love it.
It's another challenge to perform in front of so many people and especially outside. It's very challenging especially with character work, to touch the people even though in the last rows. It's a good challenge, a new challenge for me, so I accepted it and I'm going for it.
You're bringing many different people from many different parts of the world with many different cultures, and you're merging them with the locals, of Esch here. I wouldn't say it's a challenge. I would say that one it's maybe more of, it's something that gets us excited because when you mix different things, something new comes out of it, and I think that's what we're hoping for. It can be a challenge if you don't know how to use those tools. As if you're cooking, if you don't know how to use, the ingredients, it can be a challenge. But if you know what you're doing, I think it could be a gift.
There's just such a power when you bring so many people from all over the world together. It's really an eclectic mix of cultures and languages, and yet there's a mutual understanding. And so I find that everybody really brings their own element, but it makes such an interesting mix that's apparent on and off stage.
I see that everyone wants to push to the same place and they want to develop an excellent show. So also the locals, dancers and everything, they are really, really happy to do this.
Anywhere I go, I love working with people who are from the place where I'm working. It's only through that cultural exchange that you can really get to know a new place. I had never been to Luxembourg before. It's a wonderful opportunity for cultural exchange anytime that I get to go and do these shows in different places, and I really value the time that I've spent here in Luxembourg.
It's a good exchange. They're very motivated. They have an amazing energy which comes back to us also, and it was really fun rehearsal time with them. And I work very closely also with them because they are a part of my character also.
For the local dancers, it's a really good experience. They like to meet such artists to participate in such a big show. That is not something they have the occasion to do very often. It's not just dancing they are being asked, it's also being part of the show, the makeup, everything that goes with it, taking care of the props, being on time. It's not the same as on a smaller show. And I think for also the local artists, it's nice that we can really make this exchange and we make the project belonging to the territory.
Avoir les danseurs locaux dans le projet, c'est très important pour nous puisque la base même de tout ce que l'on développe ici à Esch, c'est d'intégrer le plus possible les habitants, les associations, les artistes locaux. Aussi donner un éclairage sur la ville à l'extérieur, c'est la rendre visible, c'est la rendre internationale et puis dire à tout le monde, venez à Esch, on y est bien, on y voit de belles choses et surtout on a cette capacité de créer des grands spectacles.
We have 20 local dancers, they are amazing. And we have also volunteers and employees that they are really helping us to set up all this production. We also are working with two local artists for visuals, Eric Mangen and Samuel Levy. They are two recognized local artists. So with them we create some visuals, some mapping, and also some costumes. I'm very happy with the people that is taking part of this project. I feel very honored as well because we have very big names here.
Our job is to create, our job is to make people feel, is to bring emotion into people, you know, and this is something that I think is so essential in today's world because right now the world is so divided. So anything like this that will make people, bring people together, make people show us that our similarities are more than our differences, you know, I think really, really helps.
I've really tried to hone in on what is the message that we're sending, and I think that we're sending a message of artistry and of creativity, that anyone can be creative, that you can find your creativity in any journey that you take, and that you also have the ability to find oneself is also to love oneself. And then through that you can find expression as an artist and also find love. So I think that there's always, all of these elements exist within all of us.
The expectations of the show, in my opinion, is to have the chance to touch the hearts of all the people who are going to enjoy the show, but also to give some inspiration for young people who are following dreams in life in general. Everything is possible as much as you fight for it. This is our case. We are all big dreamers here.
Aujourd'hui, en fait, on se rend bien compte que sans culture, tout est compliqué. Avoir trop de culture, parfois, on la dénonce en disant il y en a trop, mais pas en avoir, ça engage ce qu'on voit aujourd'hui. Hein. C'est les guerres, c'est des personnes opprimées, c'est des dictatures. Et donc avoir de la culture dans la société, ça permet à tout le monde de s'ouvrir, ça permet à tout le monde de se rencontrer, d'échanger et de faire en sorte qu'on puisse vivre ensemble. Et je crois que la culture amène ça, le vivre ensemble.